This is episode number 467 of the Health and Fitness Podcast by InnerFight, brought to you in association with Smith Street Paleo. Go and check them out. Order your weekly delivered meal plan to your home or office. I'll appreciate it. They'll appreciate it. This is the weekly update show. Andre, your first one?
Yeah, you did one last week.
Did one. Mate, you were taking care of other business, and I sort of took it on all on my own.
Yeah.
And rambled for 10 minutes, and apparently some people like it. So
yeah, we have a lot of people talk to us about that they really like when we talk about updates and give updates in the general Q&A shows that we've been doing. So we
there
thought,
we go.
why not?
A few little highlights from this week, mate. Today, Thursday, we know the show gets released on Sunday, but we're recording these on Thursday. Breast Cancer Awareness Day, mate. You're wearing pink. It's quite baggy, that small.
Mate, I've lost weight.
We're going to ask why later when we get into your training. But, mate, awesome to see so many people today wearing pink in sport and of breast cancer awareness.
I know. It's such a good initiative, and we've been doing it for the past couple of years, and it's been really good to see the community come together and, bring more awareness about it. We've been taking group photos, and, everyone seems excited about it.
Happy with the workouts today?
Very happy.
Yeah.
Super cool workout. Definitely the coolest workout of the week, if you ask me.
Right.
All the girls combined, interval-based style. I think that was a really, really fun setup.
And it enabled us to get through that work and get people to have a decent stimulus, breaking some of them up into intervals, and then the old sort of probably everyone's favorite, definitely Grace right at the end, and then Isabel as well, the second workout.
Yep.
I actually saw people enjoying some overhead squats this morning as well.
I know, Nancy. So it started with Helen, then it went into Isabel, then Nancy, and then Grace. So some purely cardio-based stuff, and then into some barbell-focused stuff.
Actually quite enjoyed it as well. I saw some proper, CrossFit, old-school Hmong work, terrible form, and I was like, this is it. This is good CrossFit, especially in that Grace, just a little rounding at the back, just really muscling it up at the end there. It's kind of not the best advert, but it happens. It's reality. So that was a lot of good fun this morning. Mate, you've put together a lot of mobility movements, stretching movements. We've had some feedback from the questionnaire. Talk us through the stretching movements and where people can find them.
So you and me have lately put out some mobility and core exercises that you can find on the board in the back of the gym, where we've put out 4 different routines for core and 4 different routines for mobility. And they target specific areas. There's 1 upper body, 1 lower body, and 2 mix mobility routines. So you can kind of choose based on what feels tight and sore, or based on the demands of the workout of the day. So for today, there's quite a mixed base. So I would do one of the mixed mobility routines. They take up to 9 minutes max.
Right.
So it's something that most of you, anyway, sitting around talking, that you can be in on a couch stretch or stretching your lats out.
If you're not involved in Andrew Savage's morning post 6:30 class ab routine, then definitely get involved in that stretching. But we got some feedback that people want more stretching stuff, so there you go. And it is also in the electronic newsletter and in the paper newsletter. So if anyone overseas that listens to the show wants to get involved in that mobility stuff or in that stretching stuff, and core stuff, then please just check out the electronic thing.
Every month we're going to pump out new ones for routines of the core that you're the man of, and for mobility routines that I'm creating. Awesome. And there's both pictures, explanations, and it's pretty bulletproof. It should be simple.
Let's hop over to the Dubai CrossFit Championship. This is the first CrossFit sanctioned event under the new changes that we spoke about a few shows ago. Mate, talk us through some of the results that we've seen now after 2 weeks of qualifying with 1 week to go. What do we got?
So we have Jamie Green from this region sitting in 4th place. No surprise. I mean, she is doing an amazing job and is such an incredible athlete. We have Laura Hobart in 2nd, who finished 2nd at the CrossFit Games, and it's just, the new Dortier of CrossFit. We have a little bit of the first
few unknown names.
Yeah, actually, both on the men's and the female side. We have a lot of names that I've never seen before. We have our Carmen Bossman in 22nd.
22nd, so she's looking to qualify top 37, I think, this year, mate.
Exactly. So it looks really good for her if she, smashed the last workout, which is a 20 or 22 minute AMRAP, ascending ladder, 6 calorie row, 6 double hang kettlebell snatches, 2 16-kilo kettlebells for the ladies, and 2 24-kilo kettlebells for the guys.
Wow.
Quite a cool movement that hasn't been...
And starting at 6.
Yeah,
wow.
And then it goes 12, 18. Yeah. It's
Wow.
quite a big jump in rep scheme for that long. So that's going to be a grinder. I have my eyes on Laura Hobart for this workout. She's a former climber.
Just those two movements.
Yeah. Just
rowing, double kettlebell,
hang
snatch.
Yeah, it's a killer. So if you're not doing the qualifiers, you should definitely still give this one a try.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit lower weights.
Yeah. Well, she should. When we put that in that's one workout that we could definitely put in the classes in the coming weeks. So that's the third qualifier, mate. What have you picked up on the men's side of the leaderboard? What are we seeing over there?
From the men's side, there's definitely a lot of names I have never even seen before. There's of course the names we know: Willie George from France. We have Jacob Hepner, Street Horner. We have a lot of Ben Smith, Alex Anderson, a lot of the veteran games athletes that we've seen before. But at the same time, we have so many names that we have never even seen before. So, and we have a lot of the big names outside of the 37. We have Lucas Herkberg outside of qualifying spot. We have a lot of other athletes outside of qualifying, which is, interesting. And it just exists that being fit for a qualifier, being fit for a competition can be two different things.
Absolutely. Mate, we'll update on that in next week's show as well, because we'll have the final results. Let's hop over to an event that went on in our endurance world last weekend. It was the Ironman World Championships in Kona.
Boom.
And, mate, we saw some incredible things. The guy that won, Patrick Lang, I don't know how you'd say it. He's German.
Deutschland. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Broke the course record, set a new course record of 7 hours 52. Just to put this in perspective, he has swum in 50 minutes, then got on his bike, ridden 180 kilometers in 4 hours 16, then hopped off his bike and run a marathon in 2:41.
What? 2:41?
2:41. He was not the fastest marathon timer. The fastest guy, who obviously went some a bit slower and biked quite a bit slower, ran the marathon in 2:39. He beat Patrick by 2 minutes. One thing that's absolutely phenomenal, the guy that won the bike rode 180k in 4 hours and 9 minutes. So he's averaged 46 k's an hour. So
that's very impressive.
Pretty impressive. And mate, whilst we're still on this, if we jump over to the women's side of things as well, and that Patrick Lange it's the second time he has won the World Ironman Championships. And for the ladies, if this page refreshes, it is, which it's not doing, the times for the ladies are absolutely phenomenal, because what we have a woman that's basically female. Where are we? Apply. It's not working. That is just such bad. We'll come back to that, mate, because I want to really rip through some of the women's times. But that speed on the bike and then that speed on the run as well, absolutely phenomenal.
Staying in the endurance world, Tom Walker.
Yes.
Traveling on Sunday, going to compete in Spain for the European Championships in half Ironman, the triathlon.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
And that's super exciting. He's been working insanely hard. Like, when I see Tom in the gym, he does all the small things.
Yeah.
That's key about him. He does all the small things that most people would skip. So I'm really excited and hope that he'll crush that competition.
Absolutely. And you've just bought me the time to get the ladies' results up, so thank you for that, mate. Danielle Elreef, this is the 4th time she's won Kona. Her finishing time was basically 30 minutes. She finished just over 8 hours, 30 minutes behind the guys. So that's absolutely phenomenal, mate. Yeah, really cool. 8:26 with Patrick finishing 8 in 7:52. And she's also, this is just absolutely phenomenal speed. She's ridden that ride in 4:26 and then run a 2:57 marathon, which wasn't the fastest female marathon. There was also 2:55. So just to put some of these, I know swimming people don't resonate as much with, but 180k bike and then a marathon these times, these guys are insanely strong athletes. So if you want to check out all of the results, just go to ironman.com and you will get those. But some pretty interesting stuff. That's the pinnacle of the endurance world in Ironman anyway. Obviously.
It's the CrossFit Games.
It's the CrossFit Games of Ironman. Mate, two other quick updates. One thing I wanted to ask you, German Throwdown is coming. Talk to us about that. Are you still going to the German Throwdown? When is it? What should people look out for?
I'll be traveling to Germany on the 1st of November. The competition is the 3rd and 4th of November in Mainz in Germany, and it is not a sanctioned event, but might be the following year.
Oh, wow.
Because the director of that competition is the director of several sanctioned events. It's going to be a good competition. They have 4 wildcards given to games athletes. It's going to be a pretty packed heat.
Wow.
It's going to be the first competition for me since regionals, and I'm super excited.
Good. Feel ready?
Yeah, feel ready, feel good.
Awesome. For those of you that want to get active, that are not part of our community at the moment, or are just listening into the show and thinking they're going to start their journey, check out Dubai 3030, Dubai Fitness Challenge. Sheikh Hamdan put a challenge out for people to do 30 minutes of exercise every day for 30 days.
Yep.
And he did it last year. He's done it again this year. I've had a look at the app. It's super cool. You can create leaderboards. So you can basically, I can challenge you. Strava feeds into it. So if you are logging things on Strava, bikes or runs, not really so much in CrossFit, it'll feed into it automatically. We're going to have a leaderboard for the gym so we can see exactly how much people are doing. And it also, one thing that's super cool is there's loads of sort of carnivals going on around town. On the weekend, there's pop-ups. There's at DIFC every day. There's like a gym brought to them by Techno Gym. And people can just jump in, do a workout. So it's a super cool time. So far, we've seen like municipality, police, Emirates Airline, Dubai Duty Free have all put out a thing. Yep, all of our employees are going to do it. So it's a super good time.
It is such a cool initiative. I remember last year on the beach, they set up a massive gym, you could just go work out for free.
Anytime you want. Yeah.
If you're in Dubai for a holiday, this is the perfect time.
This is the thing.
I know you are. Okay.
Anyway, we'll continue. One thing that we've got going on this weekend, which you will have seen by the time this show comes out, is an ultra training camp. If you haven't seen that, just hop over to InnerFight Endurance. That is the way. I won't dig into it too much because you're going to get it the whole weekend if you're following it. But if you do want to see a little bit more about how we prepare people for ultras, we're doing a lot of coverage now, especially through our Run Academy and Project DXP, which is kicking off very soon. So stay tuned to InnerFight Endurance account for that.
IF_endurance. Correct?
Just IF Endurance.
Perfect.
At IF Endurance. Mate, this coming week, what are we looking out for in the class program?
We have 2 super cool workouts, one on Sunday and one on Wednesday. We've specifically picked out these 2 because they're both interval-based, something that we haven't been doing too much of. And we've brought that back into the program, and we think that's a super cool one. So the first one is the conditioning piece, 10 rounds for time, 10 back squats from the floor. So you have to power clean it, bring it to your back. Then you sprint 100 meters, and then you have a 30 seconds rest. And you do that 10 times. So it really forces you. It's like speed endurance. You just have to really put out a lot of power, see if you can cover in those 30 seconds, and just repeat that 10 times.
It's awesome. 100 back squats on a Sunday, smash.
Boom.
Second workout, mate, that we picked out that we really like is, again, it's an interval based, just actually by coincidence. We're not trying to be biased to anything here, but on Wednesday, a little bit of insight to what's happening there in the conditioning. You're going to go every 4 minutes for 5 rounds. Starts with a 200-meter run, and then you go into a real speed workout, which is 8 lateral bar burpees, 3 deadlifts, 3 hang power cleans, and 3 push press. So a little bit of what we'd know as DT in there. And then 8 lateral burpees over the bar. It's quite cool because you've got 4 minutes to do it. So obviously, again, with the harder you push, the more rest you get, which is a little bit different to the actual fixed rest that we're getting in Sunday. So it's going to be slightly different. And for the black zone guys, it's going to be 60-40. So it's a reasonable bar that it's not super heavy. You can move it for those 3 deadlifts, 3 hang power cleans, and 3 push press super fast. Mate, we're nearly there. Don't miss, guys, Thursday's podcast, the one that's actually getting released today as we record this Thursday. Tom and I did this week all about nutrition. This guy's, I think he's about 50 years old, Matt Lovell. He was in charge of feeding the England rugby team when they won the World Cup. And talked a lot about that. His other thing is creating micro habits in nutrition. He was very holistic as well, which is super cool. And also a supplement, and I won't ruin it all, but a simple supplement you can take at night to help you sleep better, recover better, perform better.
So definitely go listen to that one.
It's really good, mate. It's really good.
And if you really want to support the show, take a screenshot on your phone, share it in your Instagram, tag us, let us know that you're listening so that we can get in touch with you.
And send you a nice treat. And speaking, if you like the chat that we had about Ironman, we'll push this a little bit more next week. But next Thursday, the 25th, in show 468, I spoke to a guy who won Ironman, Pete Jacobs, I was just trying to remember when, 2012. He was an Ironman world champion 2012. Had him and his wife on the show. I interviewed them a couple of weeks ago on Skype. It's a super cool show. He talks a lot about being present and the now. We'll talk about that a little bit more on next week's show. But there you have it. Mate, we've wrapped it up. 15 minutes. That's a lot to talk about. But, folks, let us know what you think about this show. I actually really enjoy it. Andre, you?
Yeah, I agree.
Easy
Definitely
peasy.
good to get an update on all different things, because we do have a lot of things going in this gym.
There's definitely always a lot going on. So stay tuned, folks. We'll be back next Sunday, recording the show next Thursday. If you've got anything you want, send it to us, winning@innerfight.com. We'd love to hear from you. Till next week, take care.